Hello and welcome back to Football Manager once again. We have obviously got a new club, as you can see here, Chippenham Town. It didn't actually take as long as I thought it would, like I did last time, where we took over at Halifax. We've taken over at Chippenham after I received interviews from 3 clubs. I only actually attended one interview, because in the interview I was with Morton, Scottish Championship side. And one of the things I said was that if I had an opportunity with the job, I would not go to any other interviews. So I clicked on that one and it auto-declined the other interviews I had for Wealdstone and Spennymoor. That turned out to be a mistake because Morton did not offer me the job. And as a result, I was forced to continue looking. And one of the jobs I looked for is now Chippenham Town, as you can see, where I am. Obviously, if you want to read this, I'm pretty sure I've waffled enough for you to be able to read it all. But if I haven't, pause the video, obviously, if you want. Read through it all. It's very simple stuff, nothing really to be mentioned about at the moment. We've actually got a fairly good wage budget of £5,000 or thereabouts, which for National League South is very good in my opinion. FA Cup and FA Trophy, both qualifying round stuff. If we get to the first round, either of them, I'd be pleased, but I wouldn't expect it. Very good stadium at 3,000 capacity, not really that bad. The only problem I have is the training and youth facilities are not great, and given the size of the club, are unlikely to improve much, so yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm honest with you. Apparently they've won 2 titles in the past, the English Southern League Premier Division and the English Western League Premier Division. Isn't Chippenham in Essex? I could have sworn they were in Essex, which would mean that the Western Division must be west of East Anglia. Either way, that's not a problem. So far, there have been no transfers or loans actually been brought in at the moment. And at the current state of affairs, obviously no match has been played because we're still in July, I think, or maybe just got into August. I will do a press conference off screen. I won't do a friendly, and I'll have the advice report brought in. But as you can see, there's a fairly good amount of quality in this team, except for a few of the younger players. For instance, this guy here will never get a contract. This guy's retiring this year, thankfully. At half a star, he's never going to play. This guy here could probably be got rid of as well as this one, maybe even this one, Eddie Jones, maybe. Chris Zabrowski definitely probably would go. Luke Rusa, I think, probably will stay, but other than that, I'm not too sure. We'll work out as the season goes, obviously, and go from there. No transfer budget, obviously. We're a non-league side, we're not going to have transfer budget. So at the moment, we're going to have to work on what we've got. Tactic-wise, I think I'm probably going to play Route 1, and given that we are in league, in the National League South, Route 1 could very well be the best option for us. And I think going with this style could work quite well, but I'm also going to create a gegenpress style of play, which, given that, as I mentioned, we are in the National League South, could be questionable, given that a lot of players in this division won't be capable of playing a gegenpress style, but hopefully I can train them into one. And the other one I'm going to pick will be a direct counter-attack 4-4-1-1. Because I want to have 4 at the back in every tactic, because it gives me opportunities to, well, experiment, I guess, would be the best way of describing it. But I also want to have at least 2 up the top, because it does work quite well. So that's tactics all done. I'll do the actual, all of this stuff when the video is over, obviously. But other than that, I think the best thing to do, as you can see here, unfortunately I still have responsibilities because I don't think we actually have an assistant manager at the club. Oh no, we do. We just have no recruitment team at all, not even scouts. That is a worry, because we're going to need to bring in a scout to... I'm actually going to do all this now. We're going to need to bring in scouts, otherwise I won't be able to sign players at all for any amount of time, which is going to be a big worry for me, because this team is possibly a good, strong team for mid-table football, but according to the National South, this team is actually possibly going to go down. If we go to season preview, okay, they were actually a lot lower than this. They thankfully moved up into 15th. They were down, I think, 18th, 19th before I took over the job. They've actually moved up to now to 15th, so I think possibly bringing in a new manager does actually change things. But either way, yeah, that's what we're going to have to do, unfortunately, is work with this team throughout the season. That's what they want. I've actually been given a 1-year contract with this team. I didn't want to risk asking for a long contract so that in case they turn it down. And at just under £1,000 a week, fairly standard wage for this division, I think. We'll actually look through the squad now. As you can see, I am worried that this team isn't good enough. Mainly because of the fact that if you look through this, we don't really have strength in depth, so to speak. For instance, we have, let me see, centre backs. We do not have a centre back at this club who is any good. Not one. Jesus Christ, that is bad. So if we quickly go to tactics to have a look at the centre back part thing, the best centre backs are Parcel and Hamilton, who I believe are also possibly good options at right back, but actually apparently Hamilton's actually better as a centre back, although Parcel is the better left back. However, we do have Danny Greenslade who can play at left back instead, so we do have a centre back partnership. Obviously, right back we've got Joe Hanks apparently, but he's a midfielder so he won't play there, and we'll have Eddie Jones instead, most likely playing at right back. Goalkeeper, we're fine. We've got Will Puddy for one season. For this season, we'll be fine. Right wing, Marlon Jackson. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I need this one. Well, either way, Marlon Jackson is the best option. Let's quickly. Okay, good. He's doing that already. Hide unavailable players. It doesn't matter. We've got Marlon Jackson for right back, right mid, left mid. Alex Petrovic could work quite well. Central mid, we've got two very good players, Joe Hanks and Luke Russer. And then strikers, we've got Marlon Jackson again, Ryan Brunt, Chris Zabrowski. Some good players with a lot of depth in the midfield and attacking roles, but not quite defensively. This is what they need from us. They need to get us 4th qualifying round the FA Cup, simple enough. FA Trophy, 1st round, simple enough. Mid-table Vanarama National South, yeah, that could be a problem, given the current state of affairs. Strive to make progress on and off the pitch. What does that mean? It doesn't tell me. Doesn't matter. So, this is not a big problem, I don't think. What's going to be a problem is the fact they don't want anything further than this, and I'm worried that that means they're not going to give much in the way of finances towards progression with the club, and that is going to be a problem in the long term if they can't give us a large financial boost in the circumstances. We have to not apply for any jobs in the next 181 days, but given I only just joined them, I wouldn't see the point in doing that anyway, so I think that's all fine. So I think that's it for this video, I must say. So the next video you'll see will be tomorrow in the FA Cup 2nd qualifying round for the 3rd of October. Oh, I forgot, yeah, this season starts late, doesn't it? So the 3rd of October is when the season actually starts in earnest. Fair enough, I guess, that's understandable. And we'll go into the FA Cup 2nd qualifying round, as well as Welling Town or United? Welling United at 5 o'clock that same day. So this video will go up at 5 o'clock Thursday the 1st. I did check to make sure it is a weekday. And then these two videos will go up at 3 and 5 o'clock respectively on Friday the 2nd. So until then, I bid thee adieu and goodbye.